So number 5, we're given the basic function 3 to the x. I still have 3 to the x, but to that we've added a 2, so that's one type of transformation that's happened, and we've subtracted 5. Now you'll notice that both of them are addition or subtraction. So multiplication are the things that cause reflections and dilations. So the 5 will be a translation, the 2 will be a translation. Addition and subtraction are always going to be forms of translations. So that 2 is being added to the x. When you add to the x, you're changing your x values. This will be a horizontal translation. The 5 is not being added to the x. I see it written later. So 3 to the x plus 2, and after that, subtract 5. So the x values are not having 5 subtracted. The y values are. This is a vertical translation. So I am going to move up, down, left, right, but now the 2 is going to be my left, right amount. The 5 is going to be my up, down amount. Now the vertical transformations are the most straightforward. If I see a -5, it moves down 5. The problem is the horizontal translation, because technically speaking, even though I see x plus 2, we always ask ourselves, what was subtracted from x? So it can't just be a positive 2, because it doesn't say x minus 2. It would have had to have been a -2, because 2 negatives would turn back to a positive. So when I see a plus 2 after the x, I know that it was actually a -2. I know that horizontal translation was 2 left. When you see a plus 2 for the x, it's not to the right, it's the reverse of what we think, it's left. So the 2 things that were applied here was a translation 2 units left and 5 units down. I'm going to do similar things for number 7 right below this. So on number 7, I see a negative that's been tacked in front of the 1/2 to the x power. I also see a little bit later on a plus 2. So those are the 2 translations that I'm going to describe. So the negative is being technically multiplied. It's a -1. Negatives are always going to be reflections. When you multiply by a negative number, you will be reflecting. And as I just said earlier, when you are adding a number, it's always going to be some type of translations. So we're going to flip this thing over and we're going to move it up, down, left, right. So when I look at the position of where these things have been labeled, I see that that negative is not by the x. So let me actually just say 1/2 to the x is just standing all by itself. I see this basic function just copy pasted again. X is not being changed. So this is not being done to x, it's being done to y. It's a vertical thing. The reflection is not being done to x, it's being done to y. It's a vertical thing. We have 2 vertical transformations being applied here. So if we have a vertical reflection, you are taking some dot and changing its y value to the opposite. So we are flipping in a vertical direction. So I'm going to say there's a vertical reflection over the x-axis. For the translation, again, it's vertical. So for this problem, we've gone up or down, and since it's a plus 2, I'm going to note that we have a vertical translation up 2 units. So flip it over the x-axis.